stocks or put in bonds,
Hmm.
everything is going to be going down except crypto, gold, silver, commodities, food. And this is going to be a commodity bubble. The price of meat's going to go up 100%. The price of food's going to go up. When the price of food goes up, there's going to be riots. That's what it is.
Where
Your
they
food
have
price goes up, you
riots
get a riot.
right now. At least here, right in the states. But
Yeah,
global riots,
it's
yeah, for sure. I think that's. I mean, it's gonna be pretty crazy if that ends up happening because the way things are going. Yeah, I mean, because riots when people can't get food and the economy is shot, people begin c- causing a mess.
so a lot of this lockdown, I think too, is not only the virus, but if you look at the French government, they did a fuel tax, like 25-cent fuel tax, and their tax was already very high, and it just people are not doing as well economically for the last 3 years. China has been actually in a depression for the last 3 years, and so has the world. And the government just printed up more and more money, but it's come to the point where they were printing up $8 of new debt for every dollar increase in GDP. Now it doesn't matter how much money they print, it's not going up. They can print $1 trillion and it doesn't do anything. It's just stagnant. And then it just creates more debt. So they can't keep adding more debt on top of debt like they did for the last 40 years. So anyway, in France, they raised the tax and people were getting poorer and poorer. And the government is getting broke, so they raised the tax a little bit. And these yellow jacket protests broke out all across France. There were riots, people blocking highways, and the government censored this. They didn't want people to know that millions of people are rioting in the country. So we're going into this period where the governments have been preparing for this uncivil unrest and riots and destabilization of the international monetary system for 10 years now. The governments predicted this as a scenario decades ago and have been buying riot equipment, stockpiling food, trying to figure out, making emergency plans for this to emergency, a lot of stuff in the background, which if you're looking in the media, they just want, oh, it's calm, everything's fine, real estate's fine, it's going to recover tomorrow. That's what they tell people because they really don't want to start a panic, right? Because once a panic starts, it becomes self-sustaining. Once you go into a store and some guy buys all the candy bars, everyone else says, wait, there's no more candy bars. There's not going to be more food. And then you go to the next store and buy up all the candy bars. And it's a self-reinforcing thing where people will go in a store and one guy will buy up all the toilet paper and it makes everyone else think there's a toilet paper shortage. And then people are going out buying thousands of dollars of toilet paper, stocking it up in their homes, right? But there's no toilet paper shortage.
Yeah.
And then some guy ends up with 5 years worth of toilet paper stocked up in his living room. It's just like, because this is really the mentality that you're dealing with. And if you tell people on the media that 1 million people are rioting, 10 million people are riot. And if you tell people 10 million people are rioting, you'll have riots in 80 cities instead of 2. So they try to keep it very quiet what's going on because they don't want people panicking. But we're entering a systemic crisis, and when bonds are going down and stocks are going down and real estate is going down, these people who have trillions of dollars of assets are going to be going into crypto. So the people who own crypto today are going to be like the people in Weimar Germany who own gold when the hyperinflation started. And I don't think we're going to have hyperinflation. It's going to be very controlled, but we are going to have a flight of capital and a loss of confidence. And so what I want to do for Skycoin, the only thing we have to do is build out the network, show that we're building something real and that there's hardware in the roof and that people are using it. And everything else takes care of itself, because when this crisis starts, people are going to be looking for stability. They're going to be looking for things that are backed by something and have some type of activity and have guaranteed liquidity and some safe place to put money, or some place that they can earn a decent return, or that they can preserve their spending power. And that's really, so for us, I think what we have to do is just keep working, build out the platform, and our goals are really, really modest. Like I think that the market is more driven. It matters, of course, what we're doing and how well we're performing. But I've also experienced that when the market's going up, it's going up, and it doesn't matter what you do. It just does it by itself. And when it's going down, it's going down. And sometimes I feel like you're swimming against the tide. All the money's leaving the market. Your price goes down no matter how much marketing you did. Even if you did release 100 products that month, maybe you only went down 5% and everyone went down 20%, but you still went down 5%, right? So this idea is the money always goes to where it has a positive return. If a market's going down 5 or 10%, everyone at the same time pulls their money out of that market. If the market's going up, everyone's pushing all the money they have into that market. So houses are going up, everyone's piling in. It goes down, everyone's selling at the same time. And this is the psychology of the herd dynamic of financial markets. And this is why people always buy at the top and sell at the bottom. They always buy while it's going up. And then when market starts falling, everyone's selling and no one can, so this is not good from an investment standpoint. I think it's best to buy in the crisis. I think the best time to buy crypto was the last 2 years at the bottom, and then as it's going up
Yeah,
to the new
absolutely.
peak, that's when you want to get out.
Yeah,
But
take
no one did
profits.
that.
Yeah, buy low,
No
sell
one
high.
did that.
Yeah, and that's why we have Token Metrics to help you do that.